Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disabilities Redefined with Dr. Truett Wagner. I am your host, Dr. Wagner, and as always, I'm very, very happy to be here. Today, you have found us smack dab in the middle of getting things ready for next week's fashion show. So, I, as always, am wearing some little number here that is not exactly appropriate for a talk show host. But, hey, our guest today are so attractive, nobody's ever even going to notice me to begin with. First of all, we have Alex Dacy, who is the designer and mastermind behind Love Your Jeans, which is the cap I am wearing, from the line here, Love Your Jeans, the cap I'm wearing right now. And we have Theodore Coppes, who actually is the lead singer for the Sadsaps. So, what else can I say but enjoy the show? Please welcome Miss Alex Dacy. Hello, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Everything is wonderful. So, quick question. Were you always involved in fashion, or did you just get into it recently with the Love Your Jeans line?
Yeah, I mean, for anyone who knows me, they know that most days I don't even wear pants. So I haven't always really been into fashion. It wasn't until, this new journey that I've been on for the past few months where I really found that I'm passionate about beauty and blogging and fashion and designing things for my company, Love Your Jeans.
Well, I love Your Jeans. As you know, I'm a customer myself.
Yeah.
I have my cap. We'll get a little close-up of this cap, Love Your Jeans. We've already worn it once on the show. We've worn it a few times on the show, actually. And I bought a few of my friends the bracelet. So it is a great line. It has such a great message. And speak a little bit about Love Your Jeans.
So it kind of all started with my Instagramming. I started, Instagramming and kind of blogging and sharing my life with the world and sharing my experiences with having a disability and living independently in the city. And so that's kind of what enabled me to create Love Your Jeans. I don't have any business experience, any marketing experience, but I just kind of came up with it one day. And I took it, I made an online shop, and it's just kind of been taking off ever since then.
Well, it's a great line. And now you said living independently in the city. You're in Chicago, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And
yes, I live in a high-rise, like right in the heart of downtown.
That's great. And what is Chicago like these days?
Oh gosh, I love Chicago, but the weather here has been really just not good. It's very foggy and rainy today.
I've never been. I'm going to come out there and we're going to have a nice night on the town. Does that sound okay?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, listen, you spoke a little bit about your Instagram page. Now, recently, you did put some photographs of you looking very beautiful and very sexy on your Instagram page. What provoked that series of photographs? And I appreciated all of those photographs, but
Thank
there was
you.
a strong message there. So what was the message?
So I think one of the biggest things I personally struggle with as an adult female with a physical disability is that I'm constantly being desexualized by society. And, people are like, oh, well, why is she posting, risque photos? She's in a wheelchair. She doesn't have a perfect body. But I think it's really important that people with disabilities are able to express themselves sexually and just feel comfortable in their own bodies and have society see that we're comfortable in our bodies, and then maybe they could begin to, see that they could be comfortable with us showing off a little bit more.
That is
so I think it's really, really about just breaking down those, those stigmas about disability and sex.
Yes, that is a very, very good point. I hear that all the time in my line of work, that many people who are very comfortable and very confident and very attractive as yourself feel somewhat uncomfortable because they can sense the uncomfortableness of other people.
Yes.
So that is a very good point. But while we're also on that point, you're becoming somewhat popular on Instagram.
Yeah.
What do you think Instagram has done for breaking down those barriers and stereotypes that you just spoke of?
I think that Instagram and social media is a really important tool because everyone's on it. You can reach so many people, and they're reading your messages, they're hearing you, they're learning. And so I think social media is a very important tool to be able to break down disability stigmas and barriers.
I think it's an incredibly, very positive tool. It really is very positive.
And I have people without disabilities that message me and they relate to me, even though they don't have a disability. And I think that is just so important.
It really is important. I mean, we've been best friends forever, and only on Instagram, right?
Right. Seriously.
Okay. Well, now listen. If you were on a reality show, what would you want that show to be about?
Oh, man. Me and my best friend, I have a best friend who is also in a wheelchair. We have the same disease, and we're the same age. And we always talk about, oh, if we were to have a reality show, it would be pretty crazy. I mean, we aren't tame wheelchair girls. Like, we like to party and have fun.
Oh, that's great. I love that. So you think it would just be about you guys going out and partying and having fun?
I mean, we're getting a little bit older, so I think we've tamed it a little bit. But I mean, in our heyday, yeah, that would make a really interesting reality TV show. Just wheelchair girls gone wild.
I love it. I love it. Well, quickly, let's just get some information out there. Now, what is you said your disability. What is your disability?
I have spinal muscular atrophy type 2. So it's a type of muscular dystrophy.
Yes.
And basically, it's just an atrophy. So it's progressive, and you just get weaker and weaker over time. But they just released the first ever FDA-approved treatment.
Yes.
For my disease a year ago. So I'm about to hopefully be getting that treatment very soon.
Oh, we hope so too. And finally, Alex, what do you want people to take away from this interview? After seeing you here, looking so pretty, looking so determined, you have a very successful line out, Love Your Genes. And, we have a great viewership here in New York City. Our social media is growing as well. And hopefully a lot of people will see this interview. And what would you like for them to take away?
I would like people to take away from this video that, you could have a disability and you could live independently. You could, go after your dreams. And you don't have to be bothered by disability stigmas out there if you just don't let them get to you. And if you're just true to yourself and you're confident and you just own your own life, then people are going to embrace you. And that's just what I've been doing. And it's an amazing journey, and I think other people should be able to do that too.
I think that is a very, very positive and truthful message. Alex, we cannot thank you enough. As always, I'll be in touch on Instagram. And also, with Love Your Genes, can you please put together a sport baseball cap? I'm a tennis player, and I would love to play in Love Your Genes wear.
Oh, I will make one just for you. If you want it personalized,
yeah,
I got you.
Well, I'll take you up on that offer then.
Yes.
We'll be in touch, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I am here with a very special guest, Theodore Coppes. Am I saying it right, Theodore?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He has his own YouTube channel, and he also is the lead singer of the Sadsaps. And I do want to say, it kind of works out great. Theodore, you don't see me just yet, but I am wearing a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt. We are smack dab in the middle of putting together the fashion show for next week, as I told you about in our conversation yesterday. And I did not have time to go home and change. So I'm actually giving this interview in clothes that I've had on for a while, and we've had some great fun here putting this set together. But you know, we're taking a break from putting the fashion show together, and I'm interviewing you. So yeah. Hey, but listen, Jimi Hendrix was cool. He was a musician, and he was revolutionary. And from what I understand, so are you. So there you go. Okay. All right. So listen, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Everything is good. Everything is good.
Sure.
Were you always interested in music?
From a very early age, yeah. I didn't start playing guitar or anything like that until 12, though.
12, okay. But when you say earlier, what was some of the? Were you just always a vocalist? Were you just always, you know, listening to music?
I think I was just always infatuated with it. When I was very young, we had to write our biggest dream in second grade on a paper, and I wrote that I wanted to be a rock star, and I guess it kind of just stuck.
You also have, along with you have two channels, two YouTube channels, one of which is for the rock group, the Sadsaps, and the other one is information about helping you. Now, what is the other channel about? You tell us about it, because great videos on both. I reviewed both last night, both of your channels, and I love both, but I think you got a better chance of explaining, you know, the channels than I do.
Okay, so for the other channel that's not the music channel, it's a channel that I started very recently, talking about different you know, social issues regarding disabilities.
Okay.
I thought that after a while of living on my own, I thought it'd be pretty important to just sort of shed light on a lot of my experiences, and maybe hopefully along the way help other individuals in similar situations.
Okay. Well, I love the episode, and we might actually show a little bit of this, the episode you put out of, what is it, how to help people in a wheelchair?
The most recent one that we put out last week was a bathroom etiquette video regarding handicap stalls.
But now recently I saw on your Instagram page, and I love your Instagram page, you are going to play in an upcoming, what is it, music festival? What kind of engagement do you have coming up?
Oh, so on Sunday, I'm playing the Rex Theater, which is a really nice, it's an old movie theater that they turned into a venue for a music festival with a bunch of different Pittsburgh bands.
Wow. You know, what do you think social media is going to lead to as far as, you know, breaking down barriers, you know, dismissing stereotypes about those people who are disabled?
I think for disabled people, social media is the strongest tool that we have other than our minds, because it's something that puts everybody on an even playing field.
Yes. Music. What would you say, what would you call your genre? Because I went on your music channel, and you have a sort of a grungy kind of appeal to it. I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if it was just the videos I saw. I saw a very interesting video, a black and white video. We just spoke about it, of you and a black cat, and the imagery is stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would probably call my genre like maybe soft folk rock, or something along those lines. I mean, the grunge thing is definitely. I mean, you see a picture of Kurt Cobain behind me here. He's a big influence.
Yes, I didn't notice, but I see it now. Yes, I do.
Yeah, the grunge thing wasn't necessarily on purpose, but it sort of happened based on just sort of what I surrounded myself when I was first starting out.
Right. Well, beyond music, what else do you do?
Okay, so well, right now I do mostly music, but then I also do the YouTube channel that we just talked about.
Yes,
and other
very
than
nice.
that, really into movies and that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to start putting my foot in the door with acting, but I'm very, very new to even the beginning processes of that. But that's probably going to be the next adventure as far as branching out.
Oh, that's great. Well, that actually brings up my next question. I was going to ask, where do you see yourself in the future? What career?
I think as far as my main career, though, in the future, I see myself doing primarily music, and then hopefully a lot of public speaking and that kind of stuff, and maybe writing for television shows or something along those lines.
Right. Well, I always like to ask my guests, especially those of you who are young and hip and very, very, stylish and in the middle of everything and social media, would you be on a reality show?
Absolutely. I'd pretty much be on anything, to be honest with you.
Yes, because a lot of people, they think reality shows at one time were not serious, but these days we have some very, very powerful intellectual and educational TV reality shows that do display a lot of intellectual people.
We have a lot more information available, and we're ready to spread it, it seems like, with this kind of television.
I think so too. I think that's very, very good. And it also gets back to what you spoke about with social media. I started this show because I, wanted to kind of get the word out there for people like you. Earlier on, earlier on in the year, we've interviewed so many successful people who are disabled, but yet with social media, I really wonder, how important, TV is anymore anyway. I mean, social media really has taken its place in American society. And, fair enough, it is at times negative, but there's a lot of positive factors with social media.
Right. I think that right now we're still at a point where TV can bridge the gap for some individuals between starting off their social media and getting to a point where they wouldn't necessarily need to rely on older forms of media. Mm-hmm. But I think we're not quite there yet where television is completely replaced. But I think social media is climbing and will continue to climb for a while, and it definitely opens a lot of doors for people. And I think that it is going to turn into, and has already started turning into, the next form of talk shows or television or anything. Yes.
We put on the show is in the middle of a transition now. We have various sets here in the building, and we're moving upstairs to a smaller set, and a lot of our interviews are going to be over Skype, like this one is. But yet what we're also going to do is we're going to hold on to the larger studio for one major event a season. So I think for the fall season, we would love to have a fashion show. As I said, we're smack dab in the middle of preparing things for the fashion show next week, and we're using only female models. In the fall, I think we want to use mostly male models, and we would love for you to come to New York and participate.
That'd be great.
Would that be something you'd like to do?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and then the final question is, what do you want people to take away from this, interview? You are doing very well. Now, if I'm understanding it correctly, what is your disability?
I have cerebral palsy.
Okay, and you have not let that stop you at all. On the contrary, you've become a very strong voice for people with cerebral palsy. And you know, you're continuing on with your career as a rock star. You're about to embark on a modeling acting career. And so you doing so well and happy and energetic, what do you want people to take away from this interview that are seeing you this way?
Well, I think there are two separate things that I'd want people to take away, and the divide is for two separate groups. The groups
Yes.
being able-bodied individuals and disabled individuals.
Yes.
And I think for
point.
disabled individuals, I want them to know first and foremost they aren't alone, and that they always have people that are going through similar experiences, and that social media is a great way to connect with those people. Also, I'd like them to know that they can do any job that they want to. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if it's not conventional for a disabled person, for example, to be a musician. You can still do it, even if people say that you can't. And I think I want able-bodied individuals to know that, like, we're getting better with getting rid of stereotypes and making the change that we need to make. But I think that it's important for able-bodied individuals to understand that we are just as strong and just as independent and just determined as anyone else in the world, and that we'll prove it as soon as we figure out how. And each of us are doing that in our own individual way, and that's great.
And I really do think it is very, very important that able-bodied people do understand, just as you said, that, hey, everybody's determined and everybody should follow their dreams. So
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for that message.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we will be in touch on Instagram, but we will definitely see you in the fall.
All right, sounds great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We need to get pictures, okay?
I thought so. Okay.
Okay, don't just sit tight.